The proclamation of extinction echoed across 1,000 worlds in the span of a single rotation. Emperor Jathik, supreme ruler of the Krathani dominion, stood before the Grand Assembly with all 7 of his Yan gleaming in triumph. His mandibles clicked in satisfaction as the holographic display behind him showed Earth, a blackened, cratered sphere still smoldering from the orbital bombardment. "The human infestation has been purged," Jathik announced, his voice amplified through neural resonators to reach every delegate in the chamber. "Their world burns. Their colonies are ash. The species that dared defy the Dominion is no more." The assembled representatives from 43 species erupted in applause. The humans had been troublesome, too curious, too rebellious, too unwilling to accept their place in the Dominion's carefully ordered hierarchy. They had refused subjugation, rejected annexation, and worst of all, they had won 3 minor skirmishes against Krathani patrol fleets. Such defiance could not stand. Jathik had made an example of them. The bombardment had lasted 6 days. Kinetic strikes, plasma weapons, and antimatter warheads had scoured every continent. The human cities, New York, Beijing, Mumbai, São Paulo, were gone. Their orbital stations had been vaporized. Their moon base had been glassed. The scans confirmed it. No life signs remained. Humanity was extinct. The Emperor returned to his throne world of Kratha Prime, satisfied that order had been restored. He was wrong. The first sign came 3 weeks later. A Krathani supply convoy vanished near the Proxima system. 47 ships simply gone. No distress signals, no debris. The Emperor dismissed it as a navigational error or perhaps pirates from the Outer Rim. The second sign was harder to ignore. A military outpost on Kepler 442b went dark. When the response team arrived, they found the base intact but every Krathani soldier dead, their bodies frozen in expressions of terror. The station's log showed nothing, just static for the final 18 minutes before communications ceased. Then came the message. It appeared simultaneously on every Dominion channel, every frequency, every communication node across Krathani space. The holographic image showed a human, a female with dark skin and burning eyes that held no mercy, no forgiveness. "My name is Admiral Keisha Okonkwo," she said, her voice cold and precise. "I command what remains of humanity's 7th Fleet. Emperor Jathik declared us extinct. He was premature." Behind her, the video feed showed row upon row of warships, sleek, angular vessels bristling with weapons. The designs were unfamiliar to Krathani intelligence, more advanced than anything humans had fielded before the bombardment. "You glassed our homeworld," Admiral Okonkwo continued. "You murdered 8 billion souls. Children, elders, innocents who never raised a hand against you. You declared us extinct, and in doing so, you freed us from the burden of restraint." She leaned forward, and her next words were barely above a whisper, yet they carried the weight of a death sentence. "We will teach you the difference between extinction and extermination. We are humanity. We are survivors, and we are coming." The transmission ended. Jathik raged in his throne room, demanding answers. How had humans survived? Where had these ships come from? His intelligence officers scrambled for explanations. Then the reports began filtering in. Reports that had been overlooked, dismissed as irrelevant. The humans had not kept all their eggs in one basket. For decades, they had been establishing hidden facilities in asteroid belts in the ice of distant moons, in the depths of rogue planets drifting through the void. The Deep Space Initiative, they called it, a contingency plan born from humanity's paranoid awareness that they were not alone in a dangerous universe. While Earth held billions, millions more had been scattered across hundreds of covert installations, working in secret, building in silence. When Earth burned, those installations went dark. And in the darkness, they built instruments of vengeance. The war that followed was unlike anything the Krathani had experienced. The humans did not fight with honor. They did not follow the codes of warfare. They struck from shadows, used guerrilla tactics, and weaponized their own perceived weakness. They hacked Dominion systems, turned automated defenses against their masters, and seeded AI viruses that drove Krathani commanders to madness. Entire fleets vanished. Colonies went silent. Supply lines were severed with surgical precision. The humans revealed weapons that violated every treaty the Dominion held sacred. Nanite swarms that consumed metal and flesh alike, gravity bombs that collapsed ships into singularities, and bioweapons tailored to Krathani physiology. But worse than the weapons was the humans' relentlessness. They did not tire. They did not negotiate. Every attempt at communication was met with the same response. A recording of Earth's final moments, the screams of the dying, and then silence. Within a year, the Crethani Dominion had lost a quarter of its territory. Within 2, the Emperor himself was under siege on Kratha Prime. The Grand Assembly that had applauded Earth's destruction now turned on Jathik, demanding he surrender, negotiate, do anything to stop the human onslaught. But it was too late. Admiral Okonkwo's fleet arrived at Kratha Prime on the 3rd anniversary of Earth's bombardment. The Emperor, his power broken and his empire in ruins, was dragged before her in chains. She stood on the bridge of the warship Resurrection, named for the future humanity would build from the ashes of the past. "You declared us extinct," she said, looking down at the broken Emperor. "You were wrong. Humanity does not go extinct. We endure, we adapt, we remember." She gestured to the view screen which showed Kratha Prime below, pristine, untouched, teeming with billions of Krathani civilians. "I could glass your world," Okonkwo said softly. "I could give you the same mercy you gave us. But we are not you. We will not become monsters to defeat monsters." Jathik looked up, confused, hopeful. Instead, the Admiral continued, "You will live. You will rebuild. And every generation of your people will know what happens when you try to extinguish humanity. You will tell them how you declared us extinct, and how we responded with fire, not to destroy you, but to forge a new order where no species ever again faces annihilation for the crime of being different." She turned away from him, addressing her crew. "Take him to the tribunal. Let justice be served, and send word to our hidden worlds. It's time to come home. Earth may be gone, but humanity survives. We always survive." As the Resurrection left Kratha Prime behind, its engines burning bright against the void, a single transmission was broadcast across the galaxy. A message to every species, every empire, every civilization that might one day threaten humanity. We were declared extinct. We responded with fire. Remember this and choose wisely. The age of humanity's persecution had ended. The age of humanity's ascension had begun.